Allo, bonjour, ça va? How are we today? It is Thursday, January the 30th, 2025, here in southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the beautiful frozen shores of Lake Huron. I've gotten the message 2 days in a row now to come on and talk about our divine masculine again. You know, we do this from time to time, but I really got the push. I kind of ignored it yesterday, but today it's coming in loud and clear. So we're going to get back to that topic once again. Don't even know where to begin here. There's been so much division caused on your world and on your planet between your divine masculines and divine feminines. It's time to stop the chasm or the breaking apart. It's time to join back your hearts. So we're going to talk a little bit today about how to bring back love your way and in a more dynamic, healthful way. Because when we are separated from our own truth, we are separated from each other. And that breaks our hearts apart. And when we have broken hearts, we stay apart. There's no congruency with a damaged heart. So from that we must depart. Okay. So the message is from our teams of light here today who are speaking with us. They're saying there's a more dynamic, healthful way of bringing back together, putting back the pieces of the broken heart, of your broken hearts. Because again, I keep hearing, because from that we have to depart. Okay, so we can't be broken anymore. All right, we can't come together in love and even likeness if we have these riveting problems as you see them that have torn us apart from each other. There's no alignment in the higher light that way. So you've gone astray. You fell astray. You fell apart. When the masculine feels that he's no longer needed or wanted, he kind of spirals down, he falls apart. I'm seeing like an egg being cracked, and it's like he's wounded. He's wounded in his soul even, because he can't tell where he's at anymore. And masculine's got to know where he's at. Because if he doesn't know where he's at, he doesn't know where he's going. And that's not something our divine masculines like. They don't resonate in that energy because they're the doers, they're the knowers. They step forward, they create, they manifest, they produce. Not like divine feminine produces, but masculines produce the energy in the air. It's like that electrical charge. And if they're not working their own energy properly, they can actually cause a discharge, and it breaks their hearts. It breaks their hearts apart. Instead of mending and keeping themselves together. Divine feminine can step in and monitor that falling apart and help your men to know how to mend their hearts, your hearts, men. They can show you through their nurturing guidance how to bring yourselves back together, but you kind of sort of have to admit it first, don't you? Because again, as we always say here, if you don't know that you're wounded or you have a thorn in the side, you don't know enough to pull it out so you can heal. So you fester. And that festering in your broken hearts is what tears you apart. So the more you think about it, the more there's non-action about it, the more you're not doing stuff about it, the more you break apart. This is not the crystalline heart. Okay? So, this is where you fell apart, guys. To bring back the broken pieces of your broken hearts, you need to look at the wounds. How did this happen in the first place? How can you resolve the issue if you don't see how it happened in the first place? And in the first place, the monitoring's been done here on your world and on your planet. You kind of sort of were brainwashed from the beginning. Your genetics were changed. Your DNA was rearranged. You didn't find that helpful. No kidding. So at first you kind of could see the moral aspects of your divinity, and then you kind of like fell through the cracks of time and became misaligned. Yeah. Now you're going to have to research yourself more. Now you're going to have to pull your own energy back into your core. This is where the divine energy can be restored. All right. So this is not a done deal. This is, you're just in a momentum. It's a swing. You know, the pendulum swings back and forth. Well, you've been in your divine masculine before. You're emptying out now from the old ways of your old teachings, and now you're coming back to center and to balance. So you're coming back into your own, but you cannot do that alone. So the spirit guidance, the message from our teams of light today are to say that you can't find it your own way. I'm hearing that song by Frank Sinatra and others. I did it my way. It's my way or the highway, baby. That process isn't going to work anymore for you. Just a little heads up in case you haven't figured that out yet. Divine Feminine will help you come back to yourself. Divine Feminine is going to help you pull through. But you got to let her. You have to allow her to do that. And how do you allow her to do that if you don't humble yourself? If you sit in your ego and your pride? We used to think that pride, male pride, was a good thing. It's not. It's part of the brainwashing of your system of control on your planet. It's been a lot of damage done to your males here. And that has to be undone and redone in a higher, better way. So look to your divine feminines who have actually willingly changed themselves to their higher way. They are the ones who are going to teach you. But again, you have to humble yourself to be teachable. It's not that hard if you just will allow that to happen. Try it, you may like it. It's not that you're being led around by, and I'm seeing like a ring in the nose, you know, and you lead somebody around like that. It's not like that, okay? It's understanding where you got off track and how to bring yourself back. So to be more evenly balanced, coherent, more pleasant to be around, less bossy and demanding, less irritable, less in your face, kind of, sort of, is the energy I'm seeing here. So divine feminine can pull you back into your heart. And that's basically where we have to start. because it's been broken apart. So now that it's all a mess, you got to clean it up and bring it back in. It's like you have a puzzle, and you did the puzzle, you put all the little pieces together, you broke it apart. Now we got to put it all back together again, but in a different order, in a different way. So it's better, it's happier, it's lighter, it's brighter. It's more consistent with being here on your new energy field, planet, world, whatever you want to call it. This new time. Divine Feminine can help because she's been through it already. She's been broken. She's been broken to pieces, and she's built herself and is still in the process of building herself back up. She knows what it's like to be downtrodden and to be hated. She knows what it's like. She's not going back to that anymore. So you see, your old ways of being and treating our beautiful divine feminines ain't gonna work. That process, that recipe, that formula that you've been brainwashed with, it doesn't work anymore. Have you not noticed that? If you as divine masculine chase, I'm going to use that word chase, a woman to make her yours, we're using a very physical example now, and she's repulsed by you, in other words, she's not feeling an attraction towards you, and you just get mad, how does that work? The reason she's not wanting to be with you is a very good reason. It's a very sound, balanced, loving reason, because she loves herself more. And she's not going to be a doormat. She's not going to be a mat sitting at your door, is actually how I'm hearing it. She has chosen to put herself first now in a loving way. It's not an egotistical way. It's not a narcissistic way. It's a balanced way, because she values herself more than ever now. So as divine masculine has been taught and trained, well, you just use them for whatever purpose you want to use them for. Not saying every man out there thinks or feels that way, but this has been the general, popular, in the population kind of sort of way of being brainwashed and trained, that men are superior and that women need to, obey or follow that lead. She gets to decide if she wants to follow your lead or not. We talked about that the other day in just a minuscule way. You have to lead with love, in other words, if you're not getting this yet. You have to lead by showing her love. Not fake love, but sincere, honest communication love. So you have to really love her, in other words, too. It can't just be this fake persona you put out there because you want her to do certain things for you, maybe on a temporary basis. But if you want divine feminine to nurture you and love you and be a part of you, you have to want to build a true lifelong existence. So there's part of you, dear masculines, who hate yourself. And if you hate yourself and there's not enough love in your heart chakras, then you're just going to hate everybody else. On a personal note, 3D Cynthia, 3D me, I have been shown, as I've said numerous times lately, in the past few years that I have lived in this area, I have been shown so clearly and so blatantly in my face the wounds that are there in the masculine, in their hearts. And I can't get over how many men who profess to, want a woman in their life, or who, I love or adore women, whatever positive thing they may say verbally, that's not the case. There's a deep hatred. When you go down through the layers, and that's what we do here, we go down through the layers. We're not superficial. We don't look at just the surface. We go down deep. Look at all the layers of the chakras, your Akashic record, or your book of life, whatever you want to call it. We go soul deep, in other words, to see what's really going on. And when I have seen that there is pure hatred for women, even though they profess the opposite, once I speak that, and I say that, no, actually, you hate women. That's why you don't have a woman in your life. I've done this with several men in the past year or two, or whatever. However I've been here. It's like, no, that's not true. Later on, there's an admission. So until their hearts are mended from being broken by whatever, and until they can love themselves, they cannot love anybody else. They can pretend, they can put on a facade, they can wear a mask, they can profess all they want with words through their lying throat chakras. It's still, the energy is there for anyone who has eyes to see and read that. So all of these years of programming, and it's in the genetics, it's in your DNA, your fathers, grandfathers, etc., etc., etc. They've had that pounded into them for a very long time. We're actually undoing that as we speak. Once all of the genetics are cleared up and changed, there's going to be more love. And once our divine masculines, our beautiful beings of light, can actually cut through all of that mess in their heads, their minds, their hearts, open up to the fact that they are love, then they're going to be more willing to spread that love around. It doesn't come out the same way as divine feminine showers her love outwardly for others. It comes through in a different way. And that's okay, because divine masculine and feminine balance each other out. And it's a beautiful thing. When it functions properly, there is nothing better than that. It's the most powerful dynamic force in the universe, in your universe of light. I'm seeing a picture in my mind of the Matrix, those Matrix movies with Keanu Reeves. I think that's his name. The fourth one, the last one, I actually bought it. I love those series. I do watch them over and over again from time to time. And in the fourth one, it's just amazing. I am so thankful and grateful for that movie and how they showed it. I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. But you got to watch all of them to understand what's going on. But in the fourth one, when the two come back together again, Neo and Trinity, they were separated deliberately to keep their power from coming together. In the end, thankfully, they do come back. They wake up from their brainwashing. They see, they understand what's been going on, how they've been kept separate. It's an evil, dastardly plan. They've been kept divided and separate, and either not knowing about each other or not wanting to be with each other, whatever, too much hatred going on around the whole situation with others. But they wake up. They see what's going on. They see the dastardly deed to keep them separate. And they both come back together. And the power that they create in the light force, nothing can stop them. You should see the light explode out. And two hearts come back to one. That's what's been done to you on your world and on your planet. You've been divided. You've been separated from your own hearts. Put an end to it. End the nonsense. End the brainwashing. End the control. And the dominance. And these crazy, freaking situations. End it. You have more power than you know when you come together. Men, mend your hearts. You can do this. You are the action takers. You're the orienters of action. You are orientated to action. You are action in motion. So act. Heal yourself. Go to the healers who can supply that energy of love so you can build back your broken hearts. Once your broken hearts are repaired, then you can go out and conquer the world. Take back your society of light. So Divine Feminines, we're waiting here for you guys. We're waiting for you. Catch up. We want you back. We don't want you in your lack, or your brainwashing, or your, let's keep that girl under our thumb. Yeah, no. Let that go. All right? You're better than that. You have your roles to play, as do Divine Feminines. Because that's your energy. It's who you are. It's what you are. And you're complete when you come together. So let go of the broken hearts. Right? And Divine Feminine, if you're a little, war weary and a little frustrated and annoyed, you got to hang on. That's your part to play right now. You got to hang on. Wait for the Divine Masculines to catch up, because they can do it. Personally, again, 3D me, I've noticed, and I've said this before, when I'm working with men as opposed to working with women, women are more open, they're more intuitive, more easily guided, they don't put up too much of a fight, they tune in, oh yeah, that's right. But they're a lot slower. They have so many other distractions and things to do. So they put others first, usually. So they only give a small amount of time to their own healing, because they've got everybody else to take care of, or everything else that they're doing to take care of. So they're very slow in the healing process. When I'm working with men, they're very resistant. They're not open. They're not allowing their intuitive abilities to flow. But when they do, and they do open up, and they do go, oh, and they have that aha moment, then it's like, oh, I'm going to do this. Done. And they're fast. So tortoise and the hare, they can catch up very quickly. I have full confidence in that. Not hearing anything else to say. I hope that covers everything. Is there anything else? No, we said it all today. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. Hope that makes sense to you. Dear masculines, we love you very much. We miss your love. We miss your time and attention and your action. the wonderful strength that you exhibit when you're on the right course. So blessings, everyone. Take care of yourselves and others. And if you wish to book an appointment with us, you can go to the website www.healingourenergy.ca and book your appointment today. And we'll say goodbye now. Talk to you again.